everyone, and welcome back to Beyond the Ball, Season 5, Episode 1. Lads, we are back. What's the crack? Paddy, how's things?
All good, man. Good to be back.
It is good to be back. Conor, how's things? How was your summer?
Yeah,
Haven't talked
I
to
haven't talked to you in ages, man. It's been like, was it been 3 months since I saw you last? Yeah, no,
mad.
It's been good.
Good summer.
It's been good. Got to be back.
Cool. Yeah. Right, lads. I suppose we'll start off by officially. Well, I suppose we'll tell everyone what we're going to be doing on the podcast. So we're going to just explain what's actually going to happen with the pod, what the plans are for the pod. You'll see some of it in action tonight. And we're gonna just tell you all the segments, all the fucking or the fancy football shit. We have a Super 6 league, lads. I don't know if we even told you, but we have a Super 6 league as well. That we can kind of have a bit of crack with as well. I don't know. We'll have to figure that one out, but. We'll go through everything that we want to do this season. Again, if you are watching or listening, make sure you hit subscribe on YouTube. Make sure you follow us on Spotify. All that good stuff. Hit a like. Get your comments in as well, because we can't see when you send in a comment, and we will respond to you. Lads, right, so I suppose we start off by going to talk about what we're actually going to be doing for the podcast. Paddy, do you want to go through the segments? I don't know. Do you want to have a word? I feel like I'm talking a lot here.
Put me on the spot here. Okay, well, I suppose if you look at news and previous week's games, which we won't be able to do tonight because there's been no previous games, only pre-season. We'll touch on that when we talk about our teams, but we'll be talking about the news of the week. We'll be talking about, I don't know if this will be in chronological order. We'll be talking about the news of the week and the results of the previous week. Only realistically Chelsea, United and Liverpool's games, because
that's the plan, the major plan, isn't it? We look after them three teams. Obviously, me being Chelsea, Conor being Liverpool, and Big Paddy, who is now christened Big Paddy, is obviously United.
Yeah.
Oh, he got married. Little boy Paddy until then.
So she took my second name and I took her first name.
Right, so obviously each week we usually look at we used to look at every single fixture, and it used to fucking drag on. I think we're gonna shorten it down and get kind of other segments in, because nobody really wants to listen to us talk about fucking.
What about when Brentford played Fulham? They're gonna want.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So no one wants to listen to that shit. So we're gonna talk about Chelsea, we're gonna talk about Liverpool, and we're gonna talk about United every week. Now, having said that, if there is, say, Arsenal and Man City playing, we'll talk about that. If there's a game that's really worth talking about, we will talk about it, but we're not going to just talk about games for the sake of it at this stage. We only want to talk about our own teams, and I'd say 95% of the people that would listen and watch support the same teams we do.
What you want to hear when you want to hear it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Good one, Paddy. Good slogan. You should get a job for like Asda or something. Right, so as Paddy was saying there, we're going to be looking at kind of the news of the week and stuff like that. I think for this week, we're going to look at, I suppose, fantasy or not transfer talk. So we're going to go through who we kind of think are the best signings, who we think is going to sign for who, blah blah blah, all that type of shit. So all transfer related stuff.
And how we think the transfer window will finish, because there's still a couple of rumors going around there about a couple of teams, a couple of big moves still to happen.
Yeah, there's a lot of rumors, especially with Chelsea. So I'm looking forward to seeing what we can do. Then we're going to move on. Every single week, we're going to have a fantasy football segment. Me and the lads are committed. Conor is a fucker for not changing his team, but he's made a promise. And Conor, I want you to tell this promise right now that you'll commit to changing your team every single week. If you do genuinely forget, fair enough.
I will change my team every week up until the end of September.
Yeah. So we're going to talk about the fantasy. Go on.
It'd be good to get in people, listeners as well, their ideas or tips as well, because I'll definitely need it. I'm bottom of the league every year, so any ideas after you see me team tonight, please send them in. Be great.
Well, we do have the fantasy football league for Beyond the Ball. The link will be up when we're talking about fantasy football. The link will be scrolling around across the bottom of the screen later on. It's on our Instagram page anyway, but we will give out the code later. So if anybody else wants to jump in and join, it's a bit of crack. We'll go through. If everybody, it's not going to be just the three of us. We're talking about our own three teams. If we see someone has a savage week and 90 or 100 points, we'll have a look at their team. We'll break their team down and stuff like that. So we will try to get everybody involved as much as we can. So if you guys get involved, we'll get you involved as much as you want. So moving off onto the fantasy football, we have probably one of the things, lads, that I'm most excited about. And I'm calling it the King of the Pod challenge. So basically, if anybody is free on a Saturday night and watches the Ant and Deck Saturday Night Takeaway, they'll see Ant versus Deck. So it's basically throughout the whole series.
It'd be like the Wish version of that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it'd be challenges against each other. We have one this week, which is I won't say anything about it, but we do have one for this week. We will be showing that later on in the pod.
Keep measuring contest.
Yeah. I get last unanimously. So look, we're gonna be doing that, which I think is gonna be really exciting. I'm gonna put myself out as favourite, lads. Don't know what if you agree with that.
It's a fattest cunt award, maybe.
No, there's pie eating contests in it. So that's
sponsored by Greg's. You and Lukaku.
No, I don't care about Lukaku anymore. He is dead to me. He can fuck off. He's dead to me. I don't like Lukaku. Fuck off back then. So yeah, the challenges, lads, they're gonna be everything from free kicks, penalties, one touch finishes, golf challenges. We're gonna fucking do beer pong. We're gonna do keepy uppies with toilet roll. We're gonna do all sorts. So every week we're gonna have something for everybody to watch and hopefully jump along with. After we kind of do the podcast and stuff, we'll get them up on the TikTok page. So if you're not following us on TikTok, get up there because it's
used or unused toilet paper.
No, used adds the weight to it.
And then Paddy, afterwards, we're going to use it as a ring toss.
Yeah. It's a ring toss game. So lads, look, that's what. Then I suppose we're gonna go into talking about our teams at the end. So, lads, I think we just jump straight into it. Stop fucking around. We'll go into our first segment of the season, which is gonna be the news of the week, lads. And I made a little graphic.
Is it though?
I was waiting for a graphic.
I clicked the wrong button. So here we go.
We'll put that down to force weak nerves.
Yeah, it's the jitters. Sorry, missed a comment in from Formula One Racing, which is Rob Heel Collie. I'm sure he meant to say hello. What's the crack? Anyway, right, lads, we're talking about the transfer window. Conor, I'm going to come to you in particular because I do have a little bone to pick, not with just you, but with every single Liverpool fan that exists, thinking that Núñez is going to be the greatest signing since Mo Salah.
Since Andy Carroll.
What? And all he is he's an Andy Carroll in disguise. What is your thoughts on Núñez and how happy are you with that signing?
I'm pretty happy with it as a signing, but at the time I didn't think we were going to lose Mane, like the opposite way. He came in, I thought he was just going to add to quite a strong front six.
Yeah.
Is there probably more to push in there, especially with Jota being out injured for so long? I know he signed a new contract today, which is good to keep him for another 5 years. But yeah, in that kind of short-term window, are we kind of relying on one out-and-out striker and falling back onto Bobby Firmino, who didn't play a hell of a lot last year and is kind of looking for new opportunities himself? I don't know. But yeah, I don't think he's not going to be the best thing since sliced bread. I don't think he's going to be an absolute flop either. I think Liverpool are going to still score goals from where they predominantly scored goals before, which is probably out wide from Salah and Luis Diaz on the other side. Is he going to chip in with 10, 12, 13 goals in the season? I think he will. He's not going to get 25, 26 goals. He's not going to be that type of player. But yeah, happy enough with him. It didn't come out of my pocket, so I don't really care. I'm more worried, and I think when we finished the season last year, I wanted strength in midfield, in that midfield area. We brought in Fabio Carvalho, who looks like a savage footballer. I don't think he fills the role that we're really missing from, like, Wijnaldum leaving, from Naby Keita being so injury prone, Henderson being injury prone, Milner being about 62, Fabinho being injury prone, that kind of deep.
Milner being 62 and still the fittest player in the team.
He's outrageous, isn't he? Fucking hell.
Ridiculous.
And like Thiago being injury prone as well. There's like not a lot of confidence on the fitness of the boys in there. So I still would like to replace somebody in there. But other than that,
have you got?
Sorry, what do you think about Klopp still being a moany fucking.
He's not going to change, Paddy. So,
but like, what a hypocrite saying I'll never spend 100 million, and then he goes out and spends 100 million.
He didn't spend 100 million though.
They did.
It's 85 million, and I've had this argument on
Plus
TikTok
add-on.
because we put no the 85 million gets it. I think the add-ons get it up to 85 million.
85
but
million,
I've had
okay,
this
66 now, I think it was.
Yeah, so I've had this argument with people online. Now, to be fair, I just put it online just to trigger a couple of people, and it completely worked. They went absolutely apeshit. I put another one up on TikTok about Nunez as well. His first training session, he was skying shots over the bar. Thought it was hilarious. Stuck it up on TikTok, got 250,000 views, and about 1,000 angry Liverpool fans absolutely abusing me. But it was worth it. I thought it was funny. Rob wants to know, was it a panic buy, Conor?
I don't think it was a panic buy, no, but like at that stage, I don't think anyone knew that one of the front three was leaving. I think the one that everyone was worried about, obviously, was Salah because contracts were stalling. And then he fucking committed. I think that was more a panic from Liverpool than actually buying Nunez was giving Salah what he wanted. Not that he shouldn't have. I said all along, give the man whatever he wants, but they obviously didn't want to. And then that's when the panic set in and said, right, fuck it, we're just going to give you whatever you want now just to keep you here. I think that was more of a panic than going out with Nunez. Is it a risk? It is, 100%. He has torn Achilles tendons before, which is not ideal. But he's 22. If it was a 22-year-old who wasn't built like he is, it'd be decent business with that goal scoring record behind him. So I think the thing that backed up the decision was Luis Diaz coming out of the same league 6 months, 7 months previous. I think that could have backed it up a little bit. But
I just want to say actually something about Diaz there, right? So you're saying, do you remember we were saying there just about like your goals are going to come from the left and the right from Diaz and Salah? I noticed he drifted a lot inside in the number 10 role. Did you notice that against Man City? Is that something he's going to be doing this season? Because I didn't think he was that effective when he came inside. I thought he was more effective out on the wings. Like,
well, you notice he started staying out wide when they had a number 9 in there. When Bobby Firmino started in there, he dropped into midfield. So, I mean, Mane played inside all last season. Salah plays inside anyway as well. So I think that's the role that he's trying to fill. I do think they're going to be a little bit more restricted about that if they were to play a full number 9 through the centre. When Bobby Firmino drops in, it lets them do that a little bit more, I think.
Yeah, fair. Has there been any big outgoings for Liverpool other than Mane? Is there anyone else that you've lost that you've thought is kind of a bit of a loss to the team?
Big Cocorigi.
Disappointing.
It is disappointing. No, I was those fringe players. Taki Minamino, obviously top goal scorer in the cups for Liverpool last year. But again, a good profit on him when he went. Don't think he really ever fit into the team for whatever reason. But nothing major. Kept a hold of most of their starting probably 14 or 15 players, we'll say. But so did most other clubs, and a lot of other clubs improved much more than Liverpool did. So that's kind of where the worry is.
Conor, just looking at, say, Mane against the new lad, is he an improvement in terms of him being a target man? And something maybe you didn't have.
Yeah, they're not the same player.
Yeah,
they're not.
I know. But does he give you more?
He gives you something different. I don't think he gives you more, but he does give a plan B. He gives a second option where
he gives a hoof an option.
What?
He gives you a hoof an option.
Yeah, 100%. He gives you a cross option as well. You know.
Yeah.
So it's definitely a different outcome. But I don't think he gives more than Mane did. But again, Mane played in that central role for 4 months. He was never predominantly there before he went in there because of injuries and did very well. So
we'll move on. Paddy, we'll come to you. United, talk to me about United's transfer window. How have you seen this one going?
You've got one bit of a calamity going on that is kind of the story of every window for United, and that's Frankie de Jong coming. I do actually think that this will happen. I think it's pretty much a game of chess between the two clubs and the player getting the money he wants in old wages. Barcelona saying they haven't got the money to do that, but yet they're going out and buying players left, right, and centre. And United not buying an alternative leads me to believe that they may be very confident of getting him. But
I won't lie,
irrespective of that,
Paddy.
yeah.
Chelsea have been strongly linked with him, and
Yeah, I heard that as well. I did hear that
massive
as
talk
well.
about them coming in to get him.
And
And I
if it
was
was
actually
just clear Chelsea against United, I think to myself, well, he'll probably go to Chelsea because they seem to be the stronger team at the moment. But the Eric Ten Hag link would lead me to believe that he might just favour United over Chelsea.
The only thing I'd say is Gary Neville came out today and said that when he was over in America and he was over there, Frankie de Jong was over there, there is a third party that had said that he would have preferred to go, if he had the choice between the two, he preferred Chelsea because he preferred to go to London. So that's where we're at the moment with it. That's the latest I've heard on it.
For fairness, most United fans live in London, so they can just give him a lift.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Have you heard? I haven't heard much other than those two pieces of information. I haven't heard like a lot from Chelsea saying that they're looking for the player, or even from the Barcelona side, and they seem to be fairly open with any people coming in for their players. But in terms of the actual business that we've done, you've got Lisandro Martinez from Ajax, centre back.
Never heard of him.
He's that 5'6" centre back who plays in the fucking played for Ajax.
Yeah, also plays in CDM as well. Looks very strong. Looks good in pre-season, but again, wait and see how he goes in the Premier League. Tyrell Malaysia from Feyenoord. He's a left back, and Christian Eriksen, who I think will be a great acquisition for United.
Does he have the heart for United though?
Oh Jesus! Oh,
we're already off. For fuck's sake, I'll let it that out. Fabulous to see Chelsea and Man United shopping and Mr. Price, Rob says. Paddy, a big one obviously with United is the Ronaldo situation. What do you think as a United fan and a United faithful and an absolute Ronaldo fanboy? What do you want to see at the moment? Like, if what he's saying or what the rumors are coming out, obviously he wants to leave. Like, he doesn't know what the club at, and the club don't owe him at. What do you do at this point? Do you try your best to hold on to him, keep an unhappy player there, and he then becomes another Pogba, which is a cancer in the dressing room?
Well, he won't. He's too driven. Like his goals in terms of the amount of goals he gets in his career will drive him on to get goals for the team, irrespective of. Now, he may not work as hard as Ten Hag wants or wants to play the way Ten Hag wants, but he will not go the Pogba route. I'd let him go. I wouldn't be sad to see him go, and I don't think he's a bollocks for wanting to go, because I understand in his mindset he just wants to get more Champions League goals, so Messi doesn't bypass him. And that's the sole reason he wants to go. So I understand that. So it's a bit of an effed up situation. But will United let him go?
We're on sad side here.
Yeah, the kids might be watching now. And
the wife will be happy.
Not ideal. But like we've done so bad last year. Like, I don't know who to keep and who to let go, because the whole team was just.
What do you make of the Eriksen signing?
I'm very, very happy with that signing. I think we've missed someone like that that can play a bit deeper for a while. I think, again, defensively, we need to be more solid for these flair players to really flourish. And I'm listening to all the news and the noise around Old Trafford at the moment is that McLaren, Ten Hag, and the coaching staff are confidence going into the new season, and they're doing some good work, good coaching work. Like, to see even in pre-season Ten Hag up on the sidelines, giving out to the players, directing the players. That's something I haven't seen at United for a good while, especially now with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Like, he just sat on he had no tactical nous whatsoever.
There's no confidence from Ole.
What?
Like, no confidence from Ole to get up and fucking tactically move everybody around.
Dying for the new season. Actually, I honestly think the quadruple is on.
Oh, for fuck's sake, here we
go.
Here
first.
The quadruple.
No, look, I suppose we're going to be talking about this weekend's fixture, so I won't say anything yet, but go on, Okay, that's fine. That's all my Man United transfer news. Boop, 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 boop.
I suppose moving on to Chelsea, lads, where the fuck do I start with this absolute shit show? So obviously, I think since the last time we spoke, Abramovich was probably still the owner at the time, was he? Probably would have been. So now we have a new beautiful owner in Todd Bowley, who has promised us the world. Bonerly. Steve Hu, an ex-England manager. Oh dear God, I agree.
The coach that won the treble with United. Oh yeah, that's Steve.
So back on to Chelsea, because Paddy will just keep bringing us back to United if he gets the chance to.
Your listeners are bringing us back to United.
So I have to admit, lads, I'm kind of sad, but I'm optimistic of what's going on. So Lukaku gone. See you later. Should have never signed him. I actually was happy when we signed him, but he's a fucking pile of shite. Good luck. Enjoy your time over at Inter. I'm a little bit disappointed at Chelsea this week, who have come out and pretty much said that it's very likely that Werner is going back to Germany. I'm a big fan of Werner. I know I give him a bit of shit and all, and he's probably not good enough, but he just tries hard, and he's just such a likable guy that I want him there. But I suppose
he's afford to let go of those two strikers. Who have he's got there?
Havertz is going to be playing number 10 number 9. And I've seen in pre-season Sterling has been playing number 9, which I don't like because his finishing is absolutely atrocious. Havertz, I think his finishing isn't great either. Badly need number 9. Rob says Collie admitted Chelsea are fucked. If we can sign the players we want to sign, I really do think we're going to struggle going forward this year.
And your manager said so as well after the Arsenal match.
Didn't hear your reviews there.
Sorry, go ahead, Connor.
I was just going to say, looking back over the last 2 seasons, Collie, last year you said Lukaku would be top goal scorer. The year before you said Werner would be top goal scorer. Please pick another Chelsea player this year, because they're going to have a fucking stinker.
Just pick the goalie or something.
Reece James is probably the most likely to be top scorer. No, look, lads, I'm gonna just call a spade here. I don't think Chelsea are going to do as well as I initially thought, because seeing Werner go, obviously Lukaku gone. I didn't care about Lukaku. I don't care about him. But we've lost Rudiger's a massive loss. Now look, I knew we were going to lose them. But Rudiger gone. There's talk of Alonso gone. There's talk of Azpilicueta going over to Barcelona. So all these players, and then we've got an aging Thiago Silva who's anchoring the defense at the moment, 37 years of age. There's not much there, lads. Christensen's gone. We're really struggling defensively. I like the signing of Cucurella if we can get that completed. I don't know if it was last season, but I think it was the first game they could have played against Chelsea, Brighton against Chelsea, and I had picked him out and said that he's a very good player, and I think he's better than Brighton. So I'm actually delighted to see him coming to Chelsea if we get him.
Do you think the manager is happy? Because after the Arsenal match, he did not sound like a happy manager, and he didn't.
He's not happy.
So what's going on?
There's too many players that are unsure of the contracts. Azpilicueta is one. They're basically waiting on Barcelona.
Yeah, but exactly what's going on with the club that all this is happening?
I don't know. How can I explain it? I don't really know.
This is a new thing at Chelsea. This wasn't like this previously.
No, wasn't really like it. Wasn't like it to this extent. There was always kind of the 1 or 2 players that would be unhappy looking to leave, but we're at the extent where all of our defenders are pretty much gone. I don't know how you can replace. Yeah, but how can you? Do you know what? Chelsea. There was actually rumors of Chelsea going for Harry Maguire, and I wasn't even that disappointed about it. I was like, do you know what? Probably fucking take him to do it. Someone sitting on the bench.
Phil Jones as well is gone. You have Phil Jones. You'll throw him in for nothing.
Fucking hell. So yeah, I don't know. I don't really know what to say about Chelsea this season. Look, if we can get the players we want defensively, I'm happy. If we can get your man Dumfries as well, I'll be happy with that. But I do think we're really going to struggle going forward, and we seem to be struggling breaking down the teams. I'm very happy with Sterling as a signing. I think he's a very good player.
Great signing. For the
90 goals, 250 games. I think it was a 50 or 60 million or something.
Great price for him.
Drop in the ocean compared to what players are going for these days. Especially someone who's proven, and he's only 27, so plenty in the tank. No, he is not a great finisher. He's not a great finisher, but he's always a threat on the ball. So yeah, I'm happy with him. Can you see my dog barking, lads?
No,
that's okay. Because I was gonna go down. I was gonna go down and murder. No, so lads, look, I don't know how to sum it up. Chelsea, I'm still optimistic, but we're fucking 4 days away from the Premier League starting.
What's his need? Positionally,
we need a striker. We're going to need a left back if Alonso's gone. We're going to need a right back if Azpilicueta's gone, and a kind of right of centre back, because Reece James will play out right wing back. But we need that centre right, because we played a 3-1-2 with the 2 wing backs. So another 2 centre halves is going to be required. So yeah, that's a minimum requirement for Chelsea to do.
So you're all right, pretty much in midfield, but in back
midfield, I'm happy. Yeah, midfield, I'm happy. Like we have Kante is still there. We've Kovacic again, in my opinion, one of the most underrated midfielders in the league. Yeah. Jorginho's Jorginho. He doesn't do anything special. He just passed the ball 5 yards sideways. And then we've got back Conor Gallagher, which I don't know if they're going to send him out on loan again, or they might actually. They might actually use him. So I don't know. I'm optimistic, but I'm not really. So I don't know how else to sum it up. Lads, we're gonna move off the transfers. We're gonna jump.
You're depressed now.
Yeah, we should have fucking started with Chelsea first because I would have
next year's predictions. Chelsea to win the league, the league.
We never actually discussed this, lads. We're gonna have to do. I think we should vocalize our predictions at the end of the pod. Andy McNulty.
I think doing Insta Live.
Oh, okay. Well,
because I don't know.
I think we should say them here for anyone that's watching the pod. They deserve to hear it on the pod, but we'll also do it on Insta Live for anyone that doesn't listen to the pod. So yeah, we'll do that, lads. We're gonna jump on to the next thing, which is the fantasy football. Like me, little graphics here. So this is for anybody that hasn't joined the league. The league code is up on the bottom of the screen there. You can see it. For anybody that's listening on Spotify, it is QXFIBX. That's QXFIBX. Get into that. Look, I think there's probably around 60 or 70 people in it. I deleted the league from last year. There was too many people in it that I didn't know that weren't kind of engaging with the podcast. So I wanted to get everybody. I didn't care if we cut the numbers in half. I just wanted people in that would get the updates, and when I give away a prize, I actually get to give it to them, because a lot of people would have joined it from TikTok or something like that and didn't follow the page. So I'm trying to be as fair as possible to everybody. So we are going to do a monthly prize. I haven't decided what the prizes are, and I'm not going to commit to anything yet. We're giving away a brand new car at the end of the podcast for winner. And now we will give away an overall prize. Which probably, yeah,
for last place.
It's the booby prize. It might look. I think it'll be probably a cash prize or some sort of voucher or something like that. Probably around 200 quid. I don't know. I haven't decided. Now we'll be putting it on the company expenses, lads. So there will be monthly prizes as well. I will keep everyone informed on Instagram. So if you're not following the Instagram and you're in the league, go to Instagram, because all of our stuff will be up on that. That's the only place we can realistically put up live updates in terms of winners and stuff like that, other than the podcast every week, which we will do as well. But go and follow the Instagram page. Right, lads, we're going to have a look at our fancy teams. Who wants to start us off? Who wants to get the ball rolling?
Yeah, I don't mind.
Paddy, share your screen. We're going to, for anybody that is on Spotify, this would be a good time to go and check it out on YouTube. Again, if you are watching on YouTube, Facebook, make sure you subscribe.
Make sure
follow,
it's magnified enough so you can see it in all its glory.
I want to see your fancy team, Paddy, not your penis. Classic. Right, so we'll get Paddy's team up on the screen and we'll have a look and see what he's got going on at the moment. So I'll just add that to the stream there now. So can you zoom in a bit more on that, Paddy? Go right in, I'd say.
All right.
There you go.
Right, we'll start with the defense and the goalkeeper first. So obviously Olsen was just one to throw in the bin. I didn't even want him, but we picked him out to save a few quid. So I've got Ederson in goal. I've got a strong player in every position on the park. I've got no big, massive hitters this year. I wanted to be more shrewd about who I was picking. So I've got Perisic, Cancelo, Alexander-Arnold, James, and Gabriel all along the back. So plenty of cover for when players get injured. I think it's a strong enough back line of 5, all attacking-minded defenders that could get you the odd assist or goal as well. Moving on to the midfield, the new Arsenal captain, Odegaard, Diaz for Liverpool, Grealish, who I think will link up well with the new lad Haaland at Man City, Sancho and Eriksen. And then you have Jesus, Darwin and Martial up front. So there could be a couple of changes before the weekend. We'll wait and see. But this is the 80-90% of what my team will be for the season. Any thoughts?
Can I just ask? Yeah, I just want to ask you, right? Martial,
Yeah.
I know he's been playing well in preseason. Is he going to start? Is he?
I think so this weekend anyway. He absolutely will because Ronaldo wasn't fit enough to start. And I think if he can hit the ground running, keep Ronaldo on the bench if he wants to be a big
Yeah, like
baby.
he's been scoring, hasn't he? Like preseason.
Yeah, he's been looking good in preseason. Looking as good as he was when he first started at United again. So I'm hoping that Erik ten Hag's coaching has done something positive for him. But again, it remains to be seen when a game is going against him, whether his head drops, because I think that's one of the big issues United have had over the last couple of seasons. And one of the things Steve McLaren came out and said publicly before he came back to United was he hated the attitude of the players. So I'm hoping that changes now and Martial can, because he has the talent, but he just didn't have the commitment. So let's hope.
Okay, let's hope he doesn't.
It's a wild card in my team.
Right, fair enough. Connor, do you want to show us your team there? We'll remove you, Paddy.
What do you think? Yay, nay? All right.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, look, I think. Can you zoom in again there? Because I have to have a small screen. I know everyone's watching on a big screen, but I cannot see that because I'm blind.
I'm also going to say it's controversial sharing your team like that and not the actual starting 11. I'm just trying.
I know, and you know what? I'm looking at that. I'm looking at that as well, and I'm like, Paddy's being very shrewd here, and he's not showing who he's actually starting here. He's just showing the players he has.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
I'm not giving away my team every week. So how am I supposed to win the league if I'm showing me starting 11 every week? No way.
I don't like it, but I'll allow it. I don't like it, but I'll allow it. No, Salah.
No, she's like he would have. I would have lost a couple of backup players. Like I've got cover here every week where I don't have to be worrying about your free hits or your transferring players because players are injured. I've got cover all over the park here. I think like I honestly should get a job as a Premier League manager after picking this team.
Do you ever like football manager, Paddy? Maybe a Premier League football manager.
Eric's been out for 9 months with no cardiovascular system.
Oh Jesus!
The other thing
he's only 6.5.
The other thing I'd say is Jack Grealish. I did have him in my team myself, but I seen a thing coming out today that said that if he doesn't buck up his ideas, he can fuck off. So I'm a little bit worried about having him as a starter in my team. But look, that's your decision, Paddy.
Okay, yeah, another wild card. But yeah, are you worried?
No, I'm not worried. When you see my team, you'll understand why.
Okay.
Connor, what have you got in the locker?
Can
you change that? The view? Or zoom in?
Give you a little zoom.
Give an old zoom.
Is that zoomed enough for you? You see that?
Yeah. That's weird the way that's come up. Like, have you got your monitor?
I've got a portrait monitor. Yeah.
He's got a portrait. Jesus Christ.
It works better this way because you can actually see the team. Anyway, doesn't matter. First thing obviously to touch on is the team name. Partey in my pants.
It's great. That's a solid 9.2 team name.
And I didn't even Google that one. I came up with that one myself from reading a couple of articles about a certain player over the last couple of months.
But,
what player I don't know. I've gone 4-4-2 this year. I'm going to start off that way. I'd usually play a 3-5-2, but I thought I'd mix it up a little bit. So I've gone with Hugo Lloris in goal. Bit of strengthening goal on at Spurs. I don't see them conceding too many goals. A back four of Perisic, if he starts, obviously, hopefully he does, because I would always thought him as more of a midfielder, a wide left player than a defender, so we can get a couple of extra assists out of him. Happy days. Ruben Diaz, Matty Cash, and Koulibaly back. I think as Collie said, he's the only one that you really have currently, so he kind of has to play. Whether that gets clean sheets or not is another thing, but if he gets me 90 minutes anyway and maybe a bonus, I'll take 3 points. Midfield, then I have Salah, De Bruyne, Saint Maximin, and Click. Again, players who I think are going to play 90 minutes for the most part, and then obviously the 2-star men in midfield, hopefully getting additional points with assists and goals. Up front, then I've gone with Gabriel Jesus and Danny Ings. And then kind of like Paddy, I've gone with guaranteed cover pretty much on the bench then as well that I can sub in and out depending on who's playing.
Cucurella is a bit of a controversial one, isn't it, at the moment, because he's still in that limbo stage at the moment. And if he gets the sign of a Chelsea, he obviously won't start. Now, I know you don't have him starting anyway, but if he goes to Chelsea,
I think he starts at Chelsea and he's probably worth more.
He will. And but just for the starting, I suppose, just for the starting week, he's probably going to be in limbo and not play at all.
Yeah, I've got him on the bench anyway because they're playing United, so I'd rather have the four that I have at the back anyway over United away. Same with Souček is the same, obviously, because they're playing City. I'd rather have Klich in there than we're playing Wolves at home than playing City. And then Mitrovic, obviously, with record-breaking season last year in the Championship. I still think you will pick up 12, 13, maybe 14 goals this season against those lower-end teams. So he's going to come in when Villa are playing someone more difficult to take Danny Ings out.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, I like it. You've gone all in on the midfield anyway with Salah and De Bruyne. I'd say that's a strong kind of two to have. Some people have gone heavy on the striker and then one midfielder. But you've gone two in the midfield. So yeah, no, that's
only one I missed. I don't know. Probably Hyman's son. Probably could have got him in there, made a few changes around. Probably the one person I feel like I am missing out about, but other than that, happy enough.
Yeah, I like it. Paddy, what do you think? You're on mute.
He has no thoughts. He thinks
you're on mute. You're on mute.
For a Division 2 manager, it's not bad.
It just took 10 times for you to say it.
You missed out on all the compliments. Now I'm just going to say shit.
That's all I wanted anyway.
So you're not a fan, Paddy, you know?
No, I am. Yeah. Good team. But I don't think
he was making notes. That's why he was muted. He's looking to the copy my team now.
Decent. He's saying, Alexis, save this team.
I don't know if the defenders will get you many points in terms of assists and maybe the odd goal. I thought mine were more attack minded, but in a solid team that would get you your clean sheet and maybe an assist. Whereas you've got a few centre backs there that won't get you much. But that's my only observation.
Okay. Conor, are you happy to move on? Any other comments to make in your team?
No, it's class. I'm definitely going to win by the end of September and then I'm going to forget.
Right. I'll share my one, lads. And I'm not just saying this because it's mine, but I definitely think my team is the best team. So I'm going to show the way Conor did and show me starting 11, right?
Good team, man.
Yeah, I mean, I've gone original with Beyond the Ball. Nothing too crazy, I don't think. So, yeah. Lads, I've gone with Ederson in goal, obviously for obvious reasons. I've gone with Bourne, Justin, Alexander-Arnold, Cancelo, and Reece James along the back. And I think that's a seriously strong defence. So, Bourne is only 4.5 million. Justin's only 4.5 million. Both of them you'd expect to play the majority of the games. Trent obviously is going to get you a rake of points, 7.5 million, worth every penny because no other player worth that gets you that many points. Cancelo, again, 7 million I think he is, but get you an absolute rake of points. And Reece James, he's there for the clean sheets, but he's also there for kind of going forward as well because he was probably one of Chelsea's top scorers last year. So that's me back. I'm playing a 5-3-2. Now, lads, you're probably saying, oh, geez, he's gone heavy on the defence. He's not going to have anybody in midfield. Boom! McGinn, Sancho, and Salah. Yeah, I was spot on. So I've managed to get Sancho, Salah in there, and also McGinn, who has just been handed the captaincy at Aston Villa. So he's 100% going to play. So I don't see why not get him in there. His confidence is going to be high. He's going to be trying to lead the team, lead by example, I suppose he'd be told. Like, so I'm hoping he can chip in with a few goals and assists. Then up forward, lads, you probably think I don't have anything, but you're wrong. I've got Haaland and Jesus. Lads, I'm not being funny, but I think that's a seriously strong team.
Show your bench. Come on. Show your bench.
I've got Darlow in goal, just again, to save a few quid, like you said, Paddy. I've got Rashford on the bench because I do think that Rashford may be okay this season. I've got Murphy, who's again cheap, and Greenwood cheap. So I've a poor bench. Rashford, realistically, I could probably change him for a 4.5 million and improve something somewhere else. But I'm happy to have Rashford on the bench there because I'd like to see how he goes on for the next kind of start of the maybe 3 or 4 games.
I think you've 5 or 6 players there that'll get you minimal points over the season. I think you've got a couple of big hitters, but I think the 2 in defence, Justin and Bourne, won't get you much.
Okay.
All right. Move down. McGinn might get you a few, but not many, I don't think. And then in the bench is just not great.
Forget about the bench. The bench is the bench. That's
but there you go. I picked half your team apart.
You picked 2 players. 3 players. Yeah. And by the way,
and your bench, which is half your team.
Newcastle are going to be so much more improved this season, and Bourne is going to be one of the players that's keeping clean sheets. And Justin is one of the highest scorers last year for Leicester, 29 points. No, I think he had a massive injury, but he was definitely playing, and he's a good attacking kind of wing back. So, I think that's a savage team. That's You'll see at the end of week 1. Right, lads, we're ending it there. We're moving off this. Lads, we're going to be moving on to the challenge this week. So this is the first ever challenge that we have done. And it's basically hold on a sec. There we go.
Animations are shocking.
What are you on about? That took me ages to do that.
No, the 3 of us in those suits look shocking.
You just look like a Bourne victim in your own. Right, lads, we're going to reveal what the challenge was. So for this week's challenge, we done closest to the pin. So we were in the Spawell Golf Club, who have a top tracer machine that basically maps out your yardage. This is golf now, in case anybody's wondering. But these are the type of things we're going to be doing. We're going to be doing all these. So we started off with the closest to the pin. Lads, I'm not going to dick around. I'm going to get the video up, and we're going to be watching it. So the video goes on for the video goes on for around 3 minutes or so. So hope you enjoy this. Oh, that's an absolute boner. That is a boner. Can I skip across the water? Oh!
Sit down.
Tell you what, you've got to register.
Sit down.
And it's gone.
Straight off the other side.
Fair enough. Try your best. Oh, he's holding the finish. He's holding the finish. Does he like it? Oh!
Nice. Oh, he's on.
That's controversial. That is controversial.
Nice.
I don't think that hit the green. Closer is the objective, but then 30 feet. Oh!
Wow.
Change of clubs.
This is mind games.
What we've got here. That's a miss. Alright. 30 feet? 30 feet, Connor? How you feeling? Take it? Yeah? Okay.
Short. No, it's too comfortable. I think it's the short.
No, you're alright.
That's a better one.
That'll be that one. It's all over it as well. That'll be a better one.
Oh!
Oh, nice.
That's a shot. It's going to be left. It's not going to be good. Bunker. Yeah. It's usually where I am on a golf course, anyway.
Sandman.
15. 15.4. Yo, Paddy, what club are you using?
6. This is 5K, 50.
5K?
What's this 50 thing?
50 again?
What's this?
Controversial. I'll tell you what. Slightly left, I think, and short. Oh, wasn't a bad attempt, Paddy. It's not a bad attempt. It's getting the feel of it.
Paddy, is it?
It's getting the feel of it. Oh, that's all over it.
That is all over.
That is all over this. Unfortunately, you're just too big and hard.
Changing. Right. Drinky.
Should have stayed with the 9. Yeah, it's a bit wet.
Oh.
Right, lads, it's another.
You got me to change the club and I shouldn't have. Mind games.
It's not, I'm not sure you. Yes, 1-0, baby. So that was good crack, lads. Obviously that machine, it's edited down and it's clipped very nicely, but I definitely had a couple of shots that were close on that. I got fucking shafted, I did. But
To put that into context, that's like a team winning the Community Shield. They very rarely then win the league. So we'll give you the first one. Sorry.
So I got 1-0 up for the series, lads.
I think Paddy looks like a grown man using one of those Fisher Price little plastic golf club sets.
Yeah.
I thought I looked like a delivery driver.
Paddy needed some new fit clubs, lads. Right, so it's 1-0 to me in the series. Again, this will be a rolling thing. Every week we'll have another challenge, another golf challenge probably next week, and then we'll have football challenges coming up. Like I said, we'll have tennis. Is that you want us to do? Get it into us.
No, not anything. Don't be fucking getting people to send anything.
We're not going to shoot a porno or anything like that. But let us know if there's anything you want to see us do.
Who can last the longest?
Let us know. Send us a DM on Instagram. Send me a text message if you have a number. We are open. We're open and willing to do any challenges that are sports related, not sexual. Right, lads, we're moving on to the last and final thing of the podcast, which is lads, it's the predictions. So again, for anyone that didn't catch us earlier, we're only going to be talking about Chelsea, Liverpool, and United, unless we deem a match that is important enough to talk about. And unfortunately, there is no other ones this week, and we're running towards an hour. We've promised that we won't be going over an hour this week, so we're not gonna spend too long on all this.
Let's talk about United. That's a good one.
I know, so we could be going on for an hour and a half. But anyway, if anybody is watching, make sure you hit subscribe on the YouTube. If you're on Spotify or whatever, make sure you follow, rate us 5 stars as well. Be sound. We put a lot of time and effort into this, so it's the least you could do, you fuckers. Lads, the first match is Everton and Chelsea. Look, well, what a better way for Chelsea to start off their season than spanking Frank Lampard.
You'd love to spank Frank Lampard.
I know, yeah. I was just going to say I'd love to spank him. I'd say he has such a firm bum as well. Did you see Lampard in training with Everton? He was booting the ball around and his touches were unbelievable. And everyone was like, yeah, he'd get into the midfield, no problem. So Liverpool or Everton are quite bad, lads. Just looking at their fancy football. Sorry, I know we're going back onto that, but when you look at the team value, there's one player over the price of 6 million, I think it is, and it's Calvert-Lewin. The rest of them are all under. So
Calvert-Lewin is injured.
And he's out injured. So it goes to show how fucking shit they are. Now, I'm 100% after setting myself up for a fail there by saying that, and they're going to spank us. But now, lads, we're gonna come to you as well and get your thoughts on this. So, Conor, what do you think on this match?
I think it's probably one of the best opponents Chelsea could have gotten so early. Well, with so long left in the transfer window, and obviously I'm talking about already how they're lacking firepower up front. I think this is ideal for them. Everton have gone out and they just seem to raid Burnley for the last couple of weeks, couple of months, which isn't great after Burnley went down last year, where horror showed themselves. But yeah, just looking at some of the injuries they have as well. Seamus Coleman is out, Andros Townsend is out, Dominic Calvert-Lewin is out. It's probably 3 starters in that weak side that you would say. Obviously lost for Charleston and stuff as well. Obviously didn't play last year, but Gylfi Sigurdsson gone. It's
why is he gone, Conor?
Well, his contract was terminated this year.
Why?
Because he was suspended last year.
Why? I want you to say it. He's a.
He kept asking, could he leave training at 3:30?
Yeah, for some reason. Yeah.
No, ideal people for Chelsea to play at the moment. I fancy Everton to be back involved in a relegation battle again this year. It's not going to be easy. I think they need to do some serious work in the last 28 days of the window. Back Chelsea. I'm going to back a 2-0, and I'm going to say Raheem Sterling to score. No, we've slated his finishing all night, and I'm going to say he's going to score.
Yeah. Fair enough. Paddy, what do you think?
Arsenal will, or Everton will have something to prove with their pre-season they've had. Arsenal was in my head because I was thinking about Arsenal beating Chelsea 4-0 in pre-season. And if they can do it, no, I'm only saying it for context.
Okay.
And what the manager said afterwards, there's a possibility for a draw here. I can see. I don't think Everton will win, but I think there is a possibility for a draw, and I'm gonna go maybe for a 1-1 draw.
And do you know what? Actually, Paddy, I was on the very same thought process of you. I actually genuinely did think it was going to be a 1-1 draw. And that's actually what I'm going to go with, because I just feel like Chelsea are really not ready yet. They need another 2 or 3 weeks before they're really at full strength. Getting the signings over the line, they need to be pushed along. We're starting the league in 3 days, match on Friday.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many outstanding transfers that are supposed to be coming in. So I don't think Chelsea are ready. I think they're going to struggle going forward. Now, having said that, Everton aren't, like Conor said, Everton aren't a bad team to start off your season against. But I think they might struggle to break them down. And I think that they may struggle defensively, because I don't know whether they're going to be set up completely. And I don't know whether everyone's head's going to be in the game. So I am actually going to agree with Paddy on this, and I am going to say a 1-1 draw. Obviously, with us being away as well, which I don't like saying. But I think Chelsea will probably go 1-0 up, and Havertz will score, and then Everton will equalise and finish 1-1. So last year, you wouldn't have heard me saying that, lads.
Yeah, I don't think Big Frank will have long this season if things don't go well, because with pre-season and how they finished last season, I think he's on borrowed time.
Well, I mean, he saved them. You know, he might have a bit more kind of respect than you would imagine. Like, right, we'll move on, lads, because we're trying to get this under the hour. So, Fulham versus Liverpool, lads. I'll just kick this off straight away. I think this is going to be an absolute spanking. Fulham probably going to be one of these teams that go back down again this season. Remember they came up, was it 2 or 3 years ago, when they had fucking everyone under the sun, and I was singing their praises from the start, and they went straight back down. And do you remember that they severely let me down? So I'm going to say they're going to get spanked here, and I'm going to go with 4-0 to Liverpool, and I'm going to say Diaz to score. Paddy?
Yeah, 3-0 to Liverpool, Salah to score.
Conor, what do you think? What do you think about this match?
My only concern is Liverpool don't have a goalkeeper. That's the 2 goalkeepers are out injured. That's the only thing that's of concern or worry.
Who's your third keeper?
Adrian.
Oh, fuck yeah. Sorry, I've seen him playing. Fuck
Rocky's wife.
Rocky's wife, yeah. Kelleher's out injured. Allison's out injured. That's kind of the only one that's throwing a spanner in the works. I think Kanate's out injured, but Matip can replace. Like, we have cover everywhere else, but well, your 2 goalkeepers are out injured. You're a little bollocks. So they have enough other than that to beat Fulham. As I said, I do agree with you, Collie. Losing Fabio Carvalho, who was influential last year, is going to be big for them. They're going to be one of those teams fighting to stay back up. I think Fulham to stay in the league this year, no matter what, is going to be a huge result. I'm going to back Liverpool 3-1, because I can see Adrian having another fucking calamity moment. But I am going to back Mo Salah, because I have him as my captain in fantasy.
Fair enough. Just comment in there from me old lad Patrick Coleman. Hamo just brought into Denver Broncos and won't watch the show again. You just won't talk about the best team in the Premiership. Only when you are important enough. In the fantasy football section, we'll talk about Haaland and the players and whatever. But Man City are not. They're not a big club. So, we only talk about big clubs here. Sorry that. Right, so on to the next one and the final one. United and Brighton. Conor, what do you think of this one?
he slated Brighton last year, and they turned up for the first 8 games, and we were like Brighton our class, and they fell off the fucking cliff again. So it just depends on what way it goes. I don't think it's been a great end to pre-season for United, and to be honest, I haven't really seen what Brighton have been doing since kind of the end of last year. Probably going to be a tight game, especially with Ronaldo. Is he gonna? Well, he's not obviously going to play. Will he come on and play some of the game? Is he gone? Where's his head at the moment? Leaving a half time last week. I don't know what the story is. I think there was a lot of reliance on him last year. I do think they're going to be a stronger side than last year, just because of the leadership and the coaching they're going to have. And then obviously from Brighton's side, are they going to lose probably their best and most influential player from last year with Mark Cucurella, who created so much from them from like left wing back. Tight game. I'm going to back United because they're at home. It's Ten Hag's first competitive home game, obviously. I'm going to say 2-1 United, and I'm going to agree with something that Paddy said. I think Martial is going to grab a chance, and I'm going to back Martial to score.
Okay. Yeah, I'm actually, you know what, the scoreline is probably spot on, because I think it'll be tight enough game. The Brighton won't be very easy to break down, but I think United will probably just have enough tactically this season to break these type of teams down. I do think that, like you're saying, Martial is going to be one to watch this season. Again, we say it every year where he has the fucking bags of talent, but just never performs. Same with Rashford. I think they're going to be two to watch. Sancho, I'm expecting massive things from this season. Looked impressive in pre-season, so expecting huge things from him. I would actually think that United might be better if Ronaldo's not in the squad at all on the weekend, to be honest, and just take the focus away completely and let them concentrate on what they're doing. So I would prefer, if I was a United fan, I would want Ten Hag to leave Ronaldo out completely. Don't bring an unfit player onto the bench.
But then it's 0-0 after fucking 70 minutes, and you're like, oh, I wish I had Ronaldo here to bring on.
Yeah, true, fair enough. So I'm gonna side with Conor here. I'm gonna go 2-1, and I'm gonna say Bruno to score first. Paddy, talk to me about this match.
Yeah,
sorry, just a quick one
before
you start talking.
2.5 minutes left on the clock, so they beat us 4-0 in the last game we played against them. They spanked us, one of the later games in the season last year. So
what score was it?
4-0.
Thanks.
That was last season. That's fine. I think that we're going to reverse the score. I think we're going to be strong in defence, and I think we're going to spank them 4-0. I think it's going to be a big atmosphere at Old Trafford this weekend. And United 4-0 and Martial.
Paddy, say that again, because I'm going to sit upright, because I know Collie's going to clip this now when United get beaten. So just say it again.
I think they're going to win 4-0. They're going to reverse what happened last season. Martial to score first. Bring it on. United for the quadruple. Come on.
Ah, for fuck's sake. Right, lads, that's all we're talking about. We're not talking about anything else. Lads, what did you think of that format? I thought it worked out pretty well, actually, to be fair.
That's me or the audience?
Yes.
I think Paddy left. Right? Paddy's already left now. So
yeah, brilliant.
Lads, really quickly, I want to get predictions on teams. I know we said we'll do it on the live, but I have to get predictions because the league is starting. So, Conor, give me your top 4.
Top 4.
In order.
City, Liverpool, Spurs, Arsenal.
Paddy, top 4.
Spurs 4th. United 3rd. Liverpool 2nd, City 1st.
That's a weird way of doing it. I would have went 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th if I was you, but I like 1st, 3rd, 2nd, 4th. Right, so I'm going to go 2nd place.
4th, 3rd, 2nd, 1st.
So I got to go 2nd place is Liverpool. 4th is Chelsea.
He's always going to put Chelsea, and I was wondering if he was going to put.
3rd is Spurs. No. Sorry, I fucked that up. Spurs are 2nd. Chelsea are 3rd. Liverpool are 4th. I actually want to change that because Liverpool are a bit more impressive than I've put it out there, so I'm going with City 1st, Spurs 2nd, Chelsea 3rd, and Liverpool 4th. I know that one people won't be happy with that, but don't care. Will we do 3 teams going down? We may as well. I know we're gone over the mark. Just do it for a minute, because it's nice to look back on. 3 teams going down. Conor.
Everton, Bournemouth, Fulham.
Okay. Paddy?
Brighton.
After getting spiked by United.
Wolves and Fulham.
Wolves. Oh, interesting. I'm going to go with Fulham, Forest, and Bournemouth. Fuck Bournemouth. The three teams that came up.
What about J-Lings?
No, fuck J-Lings. 200 grand a week. Right, lads. Look, we're going to end at that. Fuck, we're not doing any more predictions. We will do an Insta live probably during the week or towards the weekend or something like that, and we'll have a chat with everyone. Again, for anybody that is watching, make sure you follow us and subscribe to us on YouTube. Make sure you follow us on Spotify. If you are listening on Spotify, rate us 5 stars as well. If you think we deserve it. If you don't think we deserve it, don't give us anything less than 5 stars. Follow us on Facebook as well. We're on TikTok. Get us on TikTok because we're posting up some beautiful triggering videos on TikTok, which is very funny for me. So, lads, we're going to be back at the same time next week. I'm going to be in Kerry next week, so I'll have a different background, but I'll still be here. Don't worry. So, yeah, we're going to be back next week, 8 o'clock. Paddy, thanks for joining me.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
And Connor, it's been a pleasure.
Cheers, lads.
Right, lads, we'll see everybody next week at 8 p.m. on Tuesday.